New details about the Mar-a-Lago raid manipulated by Jack Smith. This is revealed by Julie Kelly. He wanted all kinds of gross stuff, but this reveals something new about sweaty Jack Smith that we didn't know before. What a weirdo.
The FBI arranged all this stuff for political effect. Most of the documents you see there, the FBI, it looks like, brought them with them into Mar-a-Lago.
So this is a case where they went behind closed doors and they started planting evidence, according to Julie Kelly. And they've changed their story 3 times. So of course they lied about it. And that's when you start revealing the real truth. You ask a few questions and it all comes out.
So this not only was just a prop photo, Greg, what's even more egregious is that it is used in a court document by our own government.
So this is about their planting the evidence, which you already went into a little bit. Those documents, the government placed top secret, scary red lettering on them, then took a photo and then leaked it, released it to the public.
Special Counsel Jack Smith finally admits that they attached those cover sheets to certain documents and took photos. Now, why did it take them almost 2 years to disclose that? Well, we know why, because that photo was a stunt. Those cover sheets were used as props.
So it was made to construct a case and now goes into our official government file. They're trying to manipulate history. They're trying to get you to think a certain thing about that raid when the facts on the ground, it wasn't photogenic enough. It didn't make the case well enough. So they needed to make the case for you. They think you're stupid. They're going to release this photo and think none of us are going to question it. That's why we keep covering this over and over again. That photo with the words of all those top secret documents, the words that are actually there are planted evidence. It was not that way when they found it.
Basically telling DOJ at the time, I don't trust you to handle this unprecedented case in a non-political, above board professional way. Well, she was overturned by her circuit court, but she was 100% right at the time.
That's Julie Kelly defending Aileen Cannon. We're going to get a new glimpse from this interview on behind the scenes what Aileen Cannon is like, because Julie Kelly has been spending time in the actual courtroom while this stuff goes on. And what she says proves that the media has been lying to you.
And now everything that she expressed concern about back then is now coming to fruition. Not just the mishandling of evidence, but of course this overly broad warrant that it appears the FBI agents violated so they could ransack Melania's private bedroom suite.
Why would they need to ransack Melania Trump's private, personal bedroom suite? They had access to her drawers. They went through her underwear drawers. They took pictures of it. They probably took some trophies just for fun, if you know what I mean, because Jack Smith is a creep. I have a feeling they did this to embarrass them, to demoralize them, to threaten the Trumps. But it's much sicker than just going after Melania's private suite.
They could ransack Barron's bedroom suite. That came up today in one of the court hearings.
So they didn't just go into Barron's suite and do an investigation. They ransacked it. That's when you turn the drawers over, turn things out, turn over sock drawers. I wonder what gross, deviant trophy Jack Smith got from Barron Trump's room. These people are weirdos, okay? Because all I got to say is if you're going for documents at Trump's house, why would they look in Barron Trump's room as if Trump had classified U.S. documents in Barron's bedroom, okay? That goes beyond my knowledge. What does not go beyond my knowledge is an FBI, a politicized, oppressive government that Jack Smith is saying, look, put the finger on him. Make them feel my illegally appointed wrath.
What Judge Cannon is doing, though, Greg, she has basically turned the tables, and she has put DOJ and Special Counsel Jack Smith on a series of mini trials. And just in the past few days, she heard a motion to dismiss based on the unlawful, unconstitutional appointment of Jack Smith. That took a day and a half.
So Aileen Cannon, as she's doing mini trials, really exposing them and leaving a paper trail of everything they're doing, okay, of everything Jack Smith is doing is what Aileen Cannon is doing. She's also delaying because she has to go through every one and be thorough about it to be a good judge. So all good so far.
I was in the courtroom yesterday where Jack Smith's proposed gag order was discussed and debated. At one point, she actually had to threaten to remove one of Jack Smith's top prosecutors, David Harbach, for being so disrespectful to her in her courtroom. She said to him, "I don't appreciate your tone. I demand decorum in my courtroom at all times. And if you can't do that, one of your colleagues will." And he ended up apologizing to her at the end of yesterday's hearing.
That's a huge win. Jack's prosecution apologizes to Aileen Cannon for being disrespectful. I just want to note how they're all saying, oh, Alina Habba was so unprofessional before the judge. And here, one of their guys had to actually apologize, handing a win over to Aileen Cannon. Yes, ma'am, don't kick me out of your courtroom, though I have no decorum, no respect for your job, and therefore no respect for the rule of law.
But there's more to come here. And what Judge Cannon is doing, Greg, she is a one-woman wrecking crew. She is exposing almost single-handedly and under tremendous fire from the media and Democrats to expose exactly, to your point, how bogus this case is, how dangerous the raid really was, and now evidence mishandled and possibly missing before this case even gets to trial.
Evidence missing, evidence planted. There's conflicting timelines. Aileen Cannon is doing a great job. And meanwhile, all of the rest of media is lying to you that she's an amateur, that she's weak. This woman, this poor woman, she's just pretty and weak. She's in way over her head. She should have recused herself. No woman judge can handle such a big responsibility, is what the Democrat feminists say. They are, of course, against her strength and her credibility as a woman judge.
I think they are treading a very dangerous line. Look, there is also already a woman from Texas who was sentenced to 3 years in prison in 2022 for making legitimate death threats about Aileen Cannon.
So these are death threats made against Aileen Cannon. They want something bad to happen to her. The Department of Justice is setting her up. Remember all the threats about Trump and MAGA voters being dangerous. They will not cover this. They will not cover that a woman in Texas made a threat and got prosecuted for going after Aileen Cannon. Media, cover up. Nothing to see here. No violence. That goes against our narrative.
Greg, I talked to locals in that town yesterday who say her family can't even order a pizza anymore because they are so afraid and legitimate fears about her safety and her family's safety.
So who sent the message out to the pizza makers to put some bad stuff in her pizza? Who did that? MSNBC. CNN, the media, all these political pundits are saying, hate her, get her, to a point that she can't eat with her family in that tiny Florida town. That's how bad it is. They don't care, of course. Remember, the mainstream media that says MAGA is dangerous and making people act, and voters, you know, that's why they have the gag orders on Trump, is they keep saying, like, what you say is going to make MAGA go be violent. So we have to leave these gag orders on you forever. Who's gag ordering the people that are making Aileen Cannon, feel threatened to order a pizza?
And here she is yesterday having to listen to the gag order proposal by Jack Smith's team claiming that Donald Trump's criticism about the Mar-a-Lago raid pose a threat to law enforcement officials in that case.
So how can criticisms by Trump be an incitement to violence, and the entire media's criticism of Aileen Cannon does not incite violence, though she's actually living in fear, though she actually can't go walk around in her own community and order a pizza, and with a legit threat by someone out in Texas already prosecuted? These people are lying to you. This is what I mean by government propaganda. And it's government propaganda to put the gag order on Trump. That is pure propaganda. They're lying to you. They want you to feel bad for speaking out. And meanwhile, their side goes and spray paints statues, attacks the White House, takes over campuses. Remember what happened during Black Lives Matter? They want you to think that's all mostly peaceful protests. It's only the Trump people that are dangerous. No, the Trump people generally are not violent. The left are radical and violent. They were in the 60s too. Remember that. during the Democrat convention, what happened? There were terrorist bombings, the Alinskyeites, all those guys, and Obama was involved with them. They've always been more violent, more emotional, more hysterical, and the right has always been more metered. Probably because we know the scriptures of a fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise man keeps himself under control.
So she is staying strong, though, and there are more bombshell motions and hearings to come.
Now, that's why you should subscribe to this channel. More bombshells are coming, and we will cover them without trying to promote our own, my own brand. I'm not trying to make myself big. I want to make the news, the big topics big, and underline them and bring them to you. That's what I do. That's what I'm going to keep doing. Thank you for your support. Thank you guys for watching. We're getting more watch hours than ever before, which makes YouTube happy. They smile upon us. Thank you guys. That's up to you. Thank you for watching even this far. If you made it all the way to the end, let me know in the comments below. That tells me that you're my people. I'm Doug in Exile.